Hello and welcome everyone to the 3rd of June meeting for the organization of the Kubernetes Contributors Summit North America 2024, which will take place on the 11th of November 2024 in Salt Lake City. This meeting is under the Code of Conduct of the CNCF, and TLDR is basically be excellent and nice to each other. Yes. Hello everyone. This is the week. It's the birthday week of Kubernetes. Yay! Which also means that we want to start the registration this week, and we also want to announce it this week. I created a draft pull request for the website. There were also already some comments. I still need to move them in. I haven't done this yet, but I want to do this either today or tomorrow. And Janelle shared with us the planning document, which we can go into a second. I don't have access yet, but I think this can be resolved in a bit. And we have someone that volunteered in the issue for celebrations. However, the person is not part of the Kubernetes org, and yeah, this is something that we need to clarify first if there's if they are in the progress of getting an org membership or not, because I honestly don't want to have someone leading it that is not part of the organization.
On the other hand, we have no other candidates.
That's also something, yeah. So this is something that we should discuss. So I invited the person to have a chat so that we can move forward there. Beside this, I would hand over to Brian. Janelle, again,
It's okay.
I will learn it, and then Brienne will be back, and then
I
will need to relearn it again.
You're good, no problem. As far as the planning doc goes, I updated access so anyone with the link can comment. Those of you who need editing access, if I can just get a list, I can update the access for editing for those that need it. I don't want to just leave it. I don't want to just leave the link open as edit just in case, you know, someone gets it that doesn't need to. So, so just let me know that if you want to pop in names here. Add names for editing here. That would be great, and I can update that. Going to KCS Europe real quick for Paris. Those Nigel, I don't know if he's on this call. I don't see him. He was messaging in Slack a little bit about this, but just want to make sure we get this wrapped up. If we can wrap it up like by Wednesday, that'd be great. So the videos, the KCS videos from Paris, there's the link to the drive right there. So if we can get those uploaded to the KCS YouTube by Wednesday, and then someone send me the link to those, that would be great. And then let me know if there's any questions around that. Just to provide background again for anyone that may have not been on the calls when we first talked about this, the videos were, sorry, one second.
I think the problem is that we don't have so many YouTube admins around.
Got
right?
it. Okay. Let me know if this is doable to get done this week. That'd be awesome, just so we can get it wrapped up.
Okay. Do they need to be edited? Do they need to be edited or anything? Just
no,
uploaded?
I think just upload it. I think they're good, but I mean, I wouldn't, don't quote me on that. Our recording team was, I think they edited it, but just do a double check.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
Bob wanted to have a look into it, but Bob is out, I guess, this week.
okay, yeah, keep me posted. We just want to get it wrapped up. There's people that we've got attendees that are asking for the videos, and some of them were uploaded to the CNCF channel, but we need them obviously on the KCS YouTube channel. So just want to get the update made. The only other update I have is for the Reg site. It's built, testing is in progress with my team. So as soon as we wrap up testing tomorrow, I'll share the link in the Summit staff Slack channel so that you all can jump on that, do some quick testings. Just let us know if you see anything else, and then we'll have that ready to launch by Thursday.
This sounds good. As soon as we have the link, we can also add it to the website.
Yeah, perfect. And that's it for me. Thank you so much.
Then Josh for ops.
Well, we're waiting for the announcement. Because as soon as the actual event is officially announced, then we can start recruiting for ops volunteers, which I plan to do early on. I know that most people won't commit until after they register and secure their travel. But I think last time we tried waiting until then, and we were a bit understaffed. So I'm going to try doing it early this time and see if that works better. If the getting started early outweighs the number of cancellations we get. I did want to ask about, sort of shadow assistant staffing, just because we've had some people volunteer in the last week. Like Ray is down as shadow for both meet and greet and operations.
Ray, you
I'm here.
probably can answer this, right? No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you actually want to shadow both, or do you want to do one or the
Yes, I would like to shadow both because I know meet and
Okay.
greets is less. I mean, it's
other? Okay.
not as much work
Okay.
on, and that's also different day as well.
Okay. Carlos didn't answer whether he just wanted to volunteer day of or whether he actually wanted to shadow, so we might update that in the future.
Yeah, whatever he says, I can.
Yeah.
I can move it afterwards.
Okay.
What comes to my attention that Janelle, in the planning document, there is not yet a tab regarding room planning and rooms and stuff like this. So is this not yet defined, or because I think Josh needs this eventually to also see how much people we would need for day of ops, and also to see how much slots we can create for sessions. And yeah,
We do have the rooms mapped out. Let me look at getting that tab added. So hang tight. Who is it that needs it, Josh? I can ping you once I have it in.
and content needs it as well.
Sure.
So content.
Okay, I'll just ping in staff once I have it ready.
Yeah, exactly. Just put it in the channel. All right, then next, Josh, you're done.
Yeah, I'm done, except to observe that I think we actually have a bunch of people in this call who do not yet have defined roles. And I wanted to make sure that they were aware that there are still open slots on the staffing roster that they could stick up their hands for.
Yeah, I can stick in my hand, Josh, to work on ops with you or any roles on the day, and I'm travel committed, so I will be there.
This sounds great. I don't see Nitish in the call. Is someone from content here? All right, then we do this async. I saw Kathleen. She just dropped. So we move it down if she comes back. Yeah, celebrations we already discussed. So there is a volunteer. I reached out to him in the issue. Registration. Savita.
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
So once we have the site for testing, we'll make sure to test the registration. And also, I saw Ray has added the registration team for edit access. So if Jenna wants the email, I can collect all the email and send it in the direct message, then putting it out here. Like either way works for me. So whatever is a preference, I can get that done.
Savita, that'd be great. Yeah, if you want to just send me one message with everyone's emails that need it, that'd be perfect.
Awesome, that works.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I will also make sure to verify. I saw the document and I saw the org list has been populated already. I'll just make sure that it's correct later with the team. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to cross-check this every once in a while as people get added to the org. All right, then Kathleen is still Kathleen, there you are.
Hi. My computer died and now it's back, I guess.
That's perfectly normal on a Monday. So handing over to you for comms and then meet and greet.
Okie dokie. So for comms, I went ahead in the issue and confirmed the comms shadows. I have a chat going with them on Slack. They've all confirmed that they've read through the handbook, but I haven't assigned them any duties or created a schedule yet. I'm trying to get that email written. We wanted to create an email to the community to try to get some interest in running the social. But as I was thinking about it, this is going to be the first email about the event happening. And so we probably want to address some of the community concerns about holding the contributor summit in Salt Lake City in this initial email saying that we are doing that. So I'm trying to be very careful and cognizant of that as I write this email. So it'll be a bit slow, but I am working on that. So that's my comms updates. Any questions there before I move into meet and greet?
I may have resources for you, Kathleen, to help with that. And I'll share those with you on Kubernetes Slack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
I do have the CNCF public messages, so I can point to those, but
yeah, the big thing that I've because I've helped some folks through that, and the big thing is the US Civil Liberties Group. I don't know what you call them over here, over in the US, but there's an assessment of the whole situation from, what is the name of the org I'm thinking of?
ACLU.
Yeah, ACLU. Yeah,
I've seen it. Yep.
Yeah, their write-up is useful.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good. So I'll be working on that. It might take a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you for offering that. I appreciate it.
No worries. No worries.
Any other questions about comms before I talk about meet and greet? Meet and greet is fun and exciting. I confirmed Ray as shadow for that. So thank you, Ray, for shadowing meet and greet. And we reached out to George Castro in the CNCF. I guess he's in the CNCF now. People, they move around, don't they? But
yeah,
he
is. That's correct.
Thanks. So he was kind of leading the project pavilion in Paris. And so I reached out to him about the meet and greet And our idea that we had talked about a couple weeks ago about maybe doing like a community takeover of the project pavilion instead of our usual like lunchtime on the last day kind of thing. And he loves the idea. We're still working out what the details of that might be. But so we're waiting right now on a bit more information about what the space will look like, how much space there'll be. One idea that we considered is instead of taking over the booths in the project pavilion, last time there was kind of like a seating area, like a chilling area. And we could just kind of take that over instead, so that we wouldn't take the space from the other CNCF projects, especially if we want to do it in a really busy time, like during the cube crawl, which would be nice because then we wouldn't have any overlaps with maintainer track sessions. So we're trying to figure out if that's possible. And we'll see how that goes. Janelle's on that as well. Any questions or comments about that?
I like it.
I think one way or another, it'll be really cool.
I would
We'll work something
imagine
out.
George would say the more the merrier in the project pavilion, because if it's buzzing, that we're happy.
It's
We
great.
were really happy with Paris, and one of the things that we figured out was it wasn't in a corner, and there was through traffic because of Cube Crawl, and as a result, it was kind of fizzing in a way that the one in Chicago wasn't so much because it was kind of just in a corner, you know.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we'll work out one way and it'll be great for everybody one way or another. Cool. So I'll keep you all informed as we get those details together.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is awards. Mars, are
Yes,
you here?
I got the shadow, Laura. Hopefully she will be on site. We will start working together, maybe in a week or two. We will need to prepare a form for all SIG leads to fill out, and then we will just have to bother people a lot with their nominations. That's it from my side, basically. We have time, I think we have time till end of July, till end of August to finish all the nominations before we can print out the awards and deliver them on site.
All right, thank you very much to this. Next up is last time we discussed staff swag. I still like beanies as an idea. So I want to have a look into what options we could have. There also was the option for salt shakers, but you can't wear them. Yeah, so I think beanies would be the first choice, and I try to figure out to get something, a vendor in the US, and yeah, figure out this. And the week before last week, Ray already put it down, the start of the retro document, because in Paris, the retro document was created rather late, so that we can already add stuff to the that comes along down the road. And we also wanted to have a look into the retro document of the last summit after. So when we are finished early, and the good thing is we are in the beginning, so we are pretty much still finishing early. So I would go ahead and have a look in the old retro document. And Ray also said that we should update handbooks if you haven't, and I count myself towards that haven't updated the handbook for ops yet, and I will take care of this hopefully this week, and I'm really sorry. Beside this, Josh, I think they turned up, but in the wrong warehouse. So the berets turned up in the wrong warehouse eventually, and they are now somewhere.
Yep. The always
Glad to
something
hear
we
they
need to look
turned
out
up.
for.
Sorry, Janelle?
I said, I'm glad to hear they turned up. I know Arno was having a hard time finding them.
All right, then let's have a look at the old retro document to see if we can already take some actions from there. Let me quickly find them. Share it with. Hi, Bob. There they are. All right, let me quickly share my screen. All right. Things that went well. I think this was in general, it was nice that we had the rooms were good from a size, but I mean, we don't have too much influence on this. The communications went pretty well. Doc Sprint was well attended. I reached out to all of the SIG documentation chairs and tech leads to ask if they want to have a Doc Sprint again, and they want to come back until the 6th of June, because someone needs to run this on site. All right, let's go down from top to bottom. The Summit distribution list. I saw that already people started adding their folks to the mailing list. So please double check if your shadows and you are part of the mailing list for the Summit team, so that you can receive emails. This is especially important for registration, but also for content, so that folks basically have everything. That they get all of the information, all of the emails that attendees might have, because people send emails to Summit. Good thing is Ray already put in the link where you can handle this. The etcd, SIG etcd, we had some problems that people did not register for the Summit because they were not aware that they need to register for the Summit. So we need to reach out probably to etcd folks to make sure that everyone of SIG etcd is aware of this and is also an org member, either in SIG in etcd or in Kubernetes.io. So this is something that we should.
Those aren't separate at this point. The etcd membership is merged with the Kubernetes membership.
Ah, they merged. Okay.
So yeah. I'll just put a reminder in the regular etcd community meeting, etc. And make sure that people are working on their org memberships if they haven't already done them.
Yeah, I think this is also important to remind people, remind etcd to work on membership. Not. Because I think this was also a problem that the last time. And something that came up, Josh, you wanted a handbell. I think you still want a handbell.
I purchased handbells, so I will be bringing them with.
That's solved. That's nice.
Yeah.
So we mark it as solved.
I'll also be. I've also got some 5, 2, 1 stop cards. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute stop cards.
Yeah.
That I will be bringing. Although I need to see how many rooms we have to see if I have enough.
I already have. I also have the handouts for the unconference moderation, the moderation unconference guides. I have them. I have them at home, and I will bring them to Salt Lake City again. The ones that were created for Chicago, and we had also in Paris, because I think this was helpful. The AV team, we had the problem in Paris that they were not speaking English, but I think we will not have the problem in the US. So this is more something that we need to take care of. I mean, next year is London, so this shouldn't be a problem there as well. Then logistics. The doc sprint was a little bit remote. I mean, we will figure this only out once we have the location plan. So what helped me last in Paris was that I basically could create an overview plan for where the rooms are located, so that people know that at least the staff know where to go. Oh yeah, the most important topic that we need to discuss eventually is the sponsored attendees process, because there were a lot of folks that just +1 people in. And to be honest, I don't know who should be leading this discussion. So, because I have the feeling that this is more something that steering is obligated to discuss. Bob, you have your hand up.
Yep. So this should still technically be handled by the, contributor sub planning crew. But the main thing, I think, we need to really enforce the process of the email has to come from a SIG lead. They cannot just email us and then, plus in a SIG lead. If they if they send an email, we reply to them with basically, here's the link to the instructions. Alternatively, if we want to sort of protect the SIG leads a bit, they email their request to us with the SIG that's going to sponsor them, and then we reach out to the SIG leads to confirm if that person actually, is good or not. Either way, I think once we have some sort of process in place, that's the only way we do it. Anything outside of that is just sorry, refer to process.
Ray, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I think we have it in the registration form if they are requesting to be a sponsored attendee, to put down the SIG that is sponsoring them, so we could reach out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we added the field. There's now a new field in the registration process where you can say, if you're not an org member, I was sponsored by XYC's SIG.
Perfect.
And if it's not in, then we basically just reject them. I think that's the straightforward process. If you're not an org member and if you don't have a sponsored SIG inside of the registration, you're getting rejected. End
Yeah,
of
it
story.
might be worth adding a line about sponsored attendees to the rejection email if it's not already there. So that if somebody does, you know, they're told in a meeting that SIG this and such is sponsoring them, and then they fill out the registration form wrong, that they know to go back and do it right.
Sorry, I can't type and talk.
Yeah,
Exactly. Let's do this.
Yeah, but that'll make
Oh.
things better for registration, because I remember last time we had a bunch of people who were pending like forever because we were waiting to hear whether they were sponsored attendees or not.
Next up is I think the problem that people just put in any SIG GitHub handles in any given form we won't solve, because people are people. Okay, content. The CNCF MA was almost everyone leaving the sessions. Yeah, we had the discussion that this was not the case, because at least one unconference session was really packed. The problem, or the question first is, does the CNCF again want to do an AMA? So this is something that we first also should clarify, because I thought it was a good thing that happened, because it answered a lot of questions. If we do it again, we can think about if we move it to a non-colliding slot. The only feedback that I got was that a lot of, or some of the folks said they don't want to attend the AMA, and we should have an alternative for them, obviously. So I would go ahead first and say, we ask CNCF if they want to do an AMA again. All right. Yeah, the next topic was about food. Yeah, the only problem that, or the biggest problem that we had was the halal meal. But I think, Janelle, you were aware of the food problem that we had in Paris. And because we now are on a separate day, we don't have KubeCon attendees around. So this should also not be a problem in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, it should definitely be a smoother process in general with it not being on a KubeCon day. So and being in the US, or I know the labeling specifically, you know, that issue won't be the same here.
Again, the next topic is the feedback form. So I will create a retro document inside of the drive for the upcoming summit, and the rights to the drive, I just checked with Keslin, are now with the ContribEx mailing list. So if you're part of the ContribEx mailing list, bye Janelle, thank you. If you're part of the ContribEx mailing list, then you should also have the rights to edit the document, so that everyone can basically work on those documents. Yeah, the anonymous questions for the CNCF Q&A. This was I mean, we did it in some kind of way. I can remember when Natalie wrote some private messages that she received, but I think it would be easier to nicer to have like a form if this is happening. All right. And the next big topic is, do we want to keep allowing non-org members to speak at the Contributor Summit?
I mean,
Thanks.
depending, yes.
Go ahead, sorry. Bob.
I think so, but it should definitely be limited. There was I believe, one submission. I don't know if we wound up having it or not. Just from the speaker's availability, but regarding changes in the OCI spec, and that is highly relevant to essentially the Kubernetes community. So like I think it depends. We should just hold that bar very high. Like, is this relevant to the majority of contributors?
I agree, because we had a bunch of talks last in Paris that were just submitted as KubeCon Overflow talks. But do we need to fix this somewhere, or can we just treat it internally in the review process?
I think internally in the review process, we just need to know to be, very on the ball with it.
Then yeah, co-speakers. I mean, this we need to basically go over the, or we should go over the questionnaire for the CFP. We also need to define a date when we start the CFP, because this have not yet happened. All right. Shadows. The problem with the last time were that a lot of shadows basically baked out and were not doing stuff anymore. And I mean, the goal was always to have shadows that they eventually take this over. I don't see that we can change this in any way.
I mean, we can. It's up to each section lead to keep track of what their shadows are doing. And if the answer is that you have a shadow that's doing anything, not doing anything, then take them off the list of staff. I mean,
Yeah.
After you reach out to them and check what's going on, right? Do it nicely, but people volunteer for things that they don't have the ability to follow through on. And we understand that, but they shouldn't stay on the staff list if they can't follow through.
Might be an idea to sync up with Cat from SIG Release, because I know they formalized this process for the release team recently for removing active shadows.
There's some other talk in here about making sure that shadows make it to meetings. Obviously, it's not always possible depending on what time zone the shadow's in. But I think as leads, if we have shadows who chronically can't make it to the meetings, it's each section lead's job to make sure that their shadows are kept up to date on what's going on with the summit, so that we don't have, the issue around another lead reaches out to one of the shadows for coordinating activity, and that shadow was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what Keslin wrote, basically. The meet and greet topic, I think we already discussed, and it's already in an ongoing planning, so this is nice. Registration. I think we are now trying to highlight it as much as possible that you need to have a KubeCon ticket. But in every communication, we just should say, like, if you don't have a KubeCon ticket, you can't get onto the contributor summit. End of story. Also for the speakers, and you will not get a speaker badge, and you will not get a free ticket if you are speaking at the contributor summit. Josh, the problem that you highlighted with the KCS attendee sticker, I think we won't have the problem because we are on a separate day. So this time, so is there any other event on this day, or is it just the contributor summit?
There's at least 3 on Monday. I don't know where they're located in relation to the contributor summit.
The WASM con is on Monday, right?
Yeah.
It's another, I think it was actually 2-day.
That's the reason why it's okay. It's Monday and
Yeah.
Tuesday, and we are then on. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, they're scheduling the majority of colos on Tuesday, but there are some things on Monday, and then a lot of this is going to depend on location, right? If we're in a wing of the conference center and there's nothing else there, then we just need to control egress.
Yeah.
But if it ends up being anything at all like Paris was, where we can't control things from one doorway, then yeah, then we're going to need stickers or something, because the print on the badges is too small.
And people don't understand it. So
Yeah.
location personnel usually don't understand the difference.
Well, and also the other thing is, for several years now, we've wanted to have a contributor summit line printed on the badge. Pardon me. Even if that person has a colo day thing. For years now, the people who do the badges for KubeCon have been unable to deliver that. And so I think expecting them to deliver it this year is unwarranted optimism. So we need to have our own sort of workaround. So my inclination is, and this is part of ops, is I'm going to go ahead and order the stickers. And if we don't need them, then we don't need them. But if we need them, we'll have them. Plus, then the stickers can be a souvenir.
Yeah, true story. Then we had chat. We need to put out schedule that uses room numbers. Yeah, the problem is that we didn't know. So in Paris, the problem was that the rooms were usually 1 or 2 rooms combined. And or we give them names and put up a sign with the name on it. but this depends on the venue, and we don't have the venue information yet, because for now it's only general session, meeting room.
If we use our own names for the rooms, then we will also need our own directional signs. Which is not a bad idea. I'll just need to make sure that the CNCF is willing to print those things. Again, unless it's all one big space around a central, area, in which case it's very easy that we just put the names up.
Yeah.
But if we have like 2 or more hallways, we'll need directional signs as well.
Yeah, I think as soon as we have the clarification of the venue, then we can go ahead and look deeper into this topic, because now it's only guesswork. All right, then. Yeah, ingredients notes on the meals. Yeah, this is something that we need to get back to. CNCF is aware of this because this was brought up on multiple times, and we have no influence on this. All right, then I think we are through everything. Any topic that I forgot or missed? If not, I wish everyone a nice and happy birthday week of Kubernetes. Hopefully every one of you can join a celebration party somewhere. And we will see each other with a slight hangover next week. From all the cake, of course. All right.